If you're like many, you can't wait to start cruising again. Yes, we are eager to get back on board our ship as soon as cruising resumes. But we're also realistic. With recent cruise news and updates, it doesn't appear we're going to start cruising anytime soon. So we started investigating cruises for next year instead. In fact, right now is the best time to book a cruise for 2022. Why, you ask? Well, I'm DB from EatSleepCruise.com, and we share the top reasons why you should forego booking cruises for this year and start planning a voyage for 2022. Last summer, we thought we were being conservative by planning cruises for early 2021. We thought cruising would certainly be up and running by then. Well, here we are, and we were definitely wrong. Like many, we had numerous cruises canceled for both 2020 and now 2021 as well. While some cruises have resumed in other parts of the world, several factors suggest that cruising from the US might not start for quite some time. Couple that with the uncertainty around which ships will actually sail from each brand once cruising does resume. For us, it's just too risky to book a cruise for 2021. Ultimately, we don't want the disappointment of any more trips being canceled. So by investigating cruises for 2022, there's a much greater likelihood that we'll actually sail on the ship and itinerary. Plus, you can always grab a last-minute cruise deal for this year if and when cruising actually restarts. If you had cruises canceled in 2020, odds are you have some future cruise credits. Now is the best time to use those funds and apply them to a 2022 cruise. For the most part, depending on the cruise line, you should be able to apply these funds to cruises through the end of 2022. Of course, make sure to check your cruise line's terms and conditions regarding these certificates. It is possible that if you wait too long to use the funds, they could expire. Or once cruising resumes, the cost for cruise vacations might go up. That's why it's better to book and lock in your voyages now for next year. Once cruising resumes, most lines will only be offering sailings on a few select cruise ships, with a phased rollout of the fleets. This means there will be limited cruise ships and itineraries to book right away. Depending on the success of these first voyages and CDC guidelines, we expect additional ships to slowly resume from there. So if you wait to cruise in 2022, there'll be more cruise ship choices. Plus, there'll be more cruise home ports from which to sail. For instance, it's highly questionable whether our home port of Boston, Mass will be offering cruises this summer. This also holds true for other cruise regions, such as Alaska. Waiting until next year gives you a much better possibility of getting the exact cruise ship, departure port, and itinerary that you want for your vacation. Along with more existing cruise ships sailing in 2022, there are a number of brand new cruise ships scheduled to set sail. While some of these were planned to debut in 2020 or 2021, it's questionable whether these new vessels will actually sail this year. Cruise lines may wait to see how initial sailings go on current vessels before putting these new ships into operation. Some of these amazing and innovative ships include Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady and Valiant Lady, as well as Celebrity Apex, Royal Caribbean's Odyssey of the Seas, and Enchanted Princess. While these ships are ready and waiting, there are also several new cruise ships slated to release next year. These include brand new river cruise ships from Viking Cruises for the Nile River, the Mississippi River, and the Seine River. Disney Cruise Line's newest ship, Disney Wish, is also tentatively set to debut, as is Carnival Celebration and Celebrity Beyond, just to name a few. Right now, there are some amazing cruise deals available for 2022 cruises. The cruise lines are running new promotions with low cruise fares, as well as additional perks. For instance, Norwegian Cruise Line is offering its Free at Sea promotion with additional bonuses including specialty dining and drink packages. Other cruise lines are providing incentives for cruisers to begin booking cruises for next year. Some of these perks include onboard credit, reduced deposits, and double loyalty points. Not to mention, many travel agents are also offering additional perks to book for 2022 cruises. Thus, you should do a little comparison shopping once you've narrowed down a cruise itinerary and ship for next year. By doing so, you can save some money and score some extra bonuses. The early bird gets the best cabin. The further out you book, the greater your cabin selection. By booking now, you can ensure your ideal cabin location, whether it's a midship balcony, one of the limited aft balcony staterooms, or a location close to the pool deck. For those with specific preferences for suites or other specialty cabins, booking early increases the likelihood of getting the exact cabin you want for your family vacation. Further, there are some rock bottom prices right now for booking a guaranteed cabin. These accommodations ensure you are placed in a cabin of a particular category or higher. In exchange for the discounted price though, you do not get to pick the exact cabin location. If you're not so concerned about your cabin location, you can get a great deal on a 2022 cruise right now. If you book a cruise for 2022, this means you have a year, or possibly longer, to pay it off. For budget-conscious travelers, this additional time will help ensure you can afford the trip. Still, make sure you know your cruise budget ahead of time before putting down a deposit. When calculating the total cost of the cruise, remember to include add-ons like flights, shore excursions, specialty dining, and alcoholic beverages. With many still dealing with the impact of COVID-19 on employment, waiting to cruise until 2022 might make more financial sense. Also, you can set up a payment plan to make incremental payments towards your voyage. Any payments you make will be refunded if you need to cancel, as long as it's within the cruise line's stated time frame. For others, waiting until 2022 to cruise might mean you can upgrade. If you didn't get to cruise in 2020 or 2021, you might have some extra vacation days and funds. So why not upgrade your stateroom? Or book a bucket list cruise? Now might be the time to book a 2022 Alaska cruise, or an exotic trip to Hawaii, or another dream cruise location. Whenever it's safe to cruise again, there will be several changes to cruising due to the pandemic. Among the health and safety protocols are alterations to itineraries and ashore experiences. Many cruise lines have hinted that initial cruises will be shorter itineraries with a focus on their private islands. Further, there are currently no cruises longer than 7 days until at least November 1st due to the CDC's conditional sail order. Thus, with home ports likely being limited to Florida, at least initially, you will not have many itinerary options beyond the Caribbean and the Bahamas. Not to mention, several countries have travel bans for at least the first half of 2021. Also, current US travel restrictions are in place, which might limit cruisers' ability to travel internationally. If you wait for 2022, you will certainly have more destination options. It's much more likely that you'll be able to cruise to Canada, the Mediterranean, and Australia sometime next year. Let's be honest, we could all use something to look forward to at this point. While the outlook for 2021 is somewhat more positive, we still have a long road ahead of us this year. Like most, we are glad that 2020 is behind us and look forward to resuming some level of normality. So having a cruise plan for 2022 might be the motivation we all need to get through these upcoming months. We feel the industry will be on course to make a swift recovery in 2022, allowing us to get back to what we love to do, cruising. Will cruising be different? Yes. However, with these lessons learned from voyages this year, we're optimistic that cruising in 2022 will be safe and enjoyable once again. And there you have it. Those are the 9 reasons why you should book a 2022 cruise right now. But of course, we'd love to hear from you. Do you have a future cruise booked? Let us know in the comment section below when you plan to cruise again following the pandemic. I'm DB from EatSleepCruise.com, and if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, or you've been lurking around for a while and haven't done so, what are you waiting for? Make sure to subscribe down below and to click the notification icon. That way you get updated each week when we put out brand new cruise and travel videos. You can also say hi to us all over social media at Eat Sleep Cruise, and thanks again for watching.